Hi everybody, this is my participation for the second forum. We have to sum up an article written by Dr. Ahmad about the importance of culture and text types in translation. If we should culture be translated. Okay, the domain of translations studies had included the type of text and the cultures of the source and the target languages. So first we have to define what is culture. Gear says that culture may be defined as the whole way of life, which consists of the marks of a given society, the religion, values, traditions, habits, educational system, family and social structures, political and governmental hierarchies, and use of advanced technology. Now, Halliday adopted a semantic definition when he says that culture is a set of semiotic systems, a set of systems of meaning, all of which interrelate. So, translation involves at least two languages and two cultures, but every translation is more or less a mixture of the two processes. Foreignization, that is the preserving the original culture, and familiarization, that is substituting the source culture for the target culture. Strictly speaking, only familiarization is culture translation. Now, there are three types of literacy texts that are closely related to translation and culture. The first is scientific text, that is termed universal culture. That's so because very little cultural translation takes place when a text is transferred into another language. The second one is advertisement, that they are cultural specific. So advertisements are couched in their cultural so deeply that they feel they are transplanted into a foreign culture. The third type is religious polemics expressions. That is the same. They are usually rewriting in the target language. The relation between translation and cultural is that every act of translation involves both language and culture, and it's difficult and probably impossible to separate the two. Now, here the new reader plays an important role in this relation. Great works of translation don't only transport text, but also the mind of the reader into the target language. Now, the translator is a cultural mediator, and the basic purpose is to enrich linguistically and culturally language B. So, in this case, the translator preserves as much as possible the source culture. And we have a rejection, that is when he or she translates the content and the style of the source text and introduce this into the target text. And gradually, these foreign elements are integrated into the target language and culture and become part of the new environment. Point of rejection or integration, we have familiarization, is when the translator may substitute familiar elements from the target language for these aspects at the source language. The translator substitute unfamiliar expressions for the familiar one. And we have the over-lexicalization, that is when it substitutes two expressions for only one. So, the task of the translator as a mediator is to find a happy medium between the two approaches of familiarization and foreignization, and we have to avoid cross the limits. And these include replacing proper names by names from the target culture, using target culture proverbs and maxims, quoting verses, because all these may encroach too far into the target culture and destroy the illusion created by the source text.